We're told many ghost stories in our life by movies, videos, and other entertaining media. The debate that ghosts exist or not is another topic, but still it's a topic many people are interested in. In this video, I'm going to talk about Japanese urban legends and their stories, so let's jump into it. Before we get to know about Japanese urban legends, we need to know about what are urban legends. Urban legends are a type of modern folklore or myth that circulate within a society or culture, often passed on by word of mouth or through digital media. They are stories or anecdotes that are presented as true, but lack verifiable evidence or proof. Urban legends often involve mysterious or supernatural events, and can be frightening or disturbing. Kuchisake-onna, also known as the slit-mouthed woman, is a Japanese urban legend that dates back to the 1970s. According to the legend, is a woman who wears a surgical mask to cover her face. She is said to approach people on the street and ask them if they think she is pretty. If the person answers yes, Kuchisake-onna will remove her mask to reveal a grotesque, mutilated mouth that stretches from ear to ear. She will then ask the person again if they think she is beautiful. If the person answers no or screams in terror, then she will attack them with a pair of scissors or a large knife. The legend has several variations, but most versions agree that Kuchisake-onna was originally a beautiful woman who was disfigured by her jealous husband or a vengeful spirit. Some versions of the legend suggest that Kuchisake-onna was a vengeful ghost who was killed by a samurai. The legend of Kuchisake-onna became widespread in Japan in the 1970s and 1980s. Many people reported seeing her on the streets, and rumors spread that she was a real person. Some schools even warned children not to walk home alone at night for fear of encountering Kuchisake-onna. Despite the widespread fear of her, there are no confirmed reports of anyone actually being attacked by her. Some people believe that the legend was a way for parents to warn their children about the dangers of talking to strangers or walking alone at night. Teke Teke is known as a vengeful spirit, which haunts train tracks and other dark areas. The legend states that if Teke Teke catches someone, she will cut them in half with a sharp scythe or a knife, just like what happened to her. Some versions of the legend suggest that Teke Teke is looking for revenge against those who bullied her, while others say that she is simply seeking company in her lonely, ghostly existence. Teke Teke is a Japanese urban legend about a girl who was cut in half by a train and now haunts the railways of Japan. According to the legend, the girl was walking on a railway bridge when she slipped and fell onto the tracks, where she was cut in half by a passing train. In some versions of the legend, the girl was pushed by a group of bullies. After her death, the girl's ghost is said to appear to people who are walking on or near railway tracks. She is usually depicted as the upper half of a girl with long black hair, dragging herself along the ground with her hands. Her name comes from the sound she makes as she drags herself along, which sounds like Teke Teke. The legend of Teke Teke has become a popular urban legend in Japan and has been the subject of many horror movies, manga, and anime. It is often used as a cautionary tale to warn children of the dangers of playing on railway tracks and bridges. The story has also gained popularity in other parts of the world, with variations of the legend appearing in countries such as Korea and China. Hanako-san is a popular Japanese urban legend about a ghostly girl who haunts school bathrooms. The legend states that if you go to the third stall in the girls' bathroom on the third floor of a school and knock on the door 3 times, Hanako-san will appear. Some versions of the legend say that you must ask Hanako-san a question or say her name 3 times, while others say that she will simply appear. Hanako-san is usually depicted as a young girl with bobbed hair, wearing a red or white dress. Her face is either normal or disfigured, depending on the version of the legend. Some versions of the legend suggest that she may have been a victim of bullying or abuse, and that she appears in school bathrooms to seek revenge against those who mistreated her. According to the legend, Hanako-san is the ghost of a young girl who died during World War II when a bomb hit her school bathroom. In some versions of the legend, she is said to have been killed by a janitor who locked her in the bathroom. The legend of Hanako-san has become a popular part of Japanese folklore and has been the subject of many horror movies, manga, and anime. It is often used as a cautionary tale to warn children not to go to the bathroom alone and to be respectful of the spirits that may inhabit school buildings. Some schools have even named their bathrooms after Hanako-san as a way of acknowledging the legend. aka Manto, also known as the Red Cape, is a Japanese urban legend about a ghost who haunts public restrooms. According to the legend, aka Manto is a spirit that wears a mask and a red cape who appears in the last stall of women's or men's restrooms. He asks the person using the restroom if they want red paper or blue paper. If the person chooses red paper, aka Manto will wrap them up in his red cape and cut them open, spilling blood everywhere. If the person chooses blue paper, he will suffocate them until their face turns blue. Some versions of the legend suggest that he may offer other colors of paper, or even a gold cape. But no matter what the person chooses, they will meet a gruesome end. The origin of the aka Manto legend is unclear, but it is believed to have been popularized in the 1930s or 1940s. Some versions of the legend suggest that aka Manto was a vengeful spirit who was killed by villagers, while others say that he was a samurai or a soldier who committed suicide. The legend of aka Manto has become a popular part of Japanese folklore and has been the subject of many horror movies, manga, and anime. It is often used as a cautionary tale to warn people not to talk to strangers and to be careful when using public restrooms. Hachishakusama is a Japanese urban legend about a tall woman with 8 feet, hence the name Hachishakusama, which means 8-foot-tall woman in Japanese, who preys on children. According to the legend, Hachishakusama appears as a beautiful woman with long black hair dressed in a white kimono. The legend states that Hachishakusama appears in rural areas, often near forests or mountains, and targets children who are playing alone. She uses her height to lure children away from their homes, and her long arms to snatch them up and carry them away. Once she has taken a child, Hachishakusama will torment and scare them for several days before ultimately killing them. Some versions of the legend suggest that she may also possess children or turn them into her own kind. The origins of the Hachishakusama legend are unclear, but it is believed to have originated in the Miyazaki prefecture of Japan. The legend has become popular in recent years and has been the subject of many horror stories, movies, and games. The legend of Hachishakusama is often used as a cautionary tale to warn children not to talk to strangers or wander too far from home. It is also sometimes used to explain disappearances of children in rural areas and has become a popular part of Japanese folklore. The Kotaki tunnel is a real-life location in Japan that is said to be haunted by the spirits of those who died during its construction. The tunnel is located in the mountains of Kyoto and was built in the early 1920s to connect the city of Kyoto to the town of Takao. People who have driven through the tunnel at night have reported strange occurrences, such as hearing voices, feeling a presence, or seeing apparitions. According to local legend, during the construction of the tunnel, several workers were killed in accidents, or that a woman and her child were killed in a car accident in the tunnel and their spirits now haunt the tunnel. One of the most famous stories associated with the Kotaki tunnel involves a bus driver who was driving through the tunnel late at night. As he drove through the tunnel, he saw a woman standing in the middle of the road. The woman had long hair and was wearing a white dress. The driver slammed on the brakes to avoid hitting her, but when he got out of the bus to check on her, she had disappeared. Other stories suggest that if you drive through the tunnel at night with your car windows open, you will hear the sound of someone tapping on the window. When you turn to look, you will see the ghostly face of one of the tunnel's construction workers staring back at you. If you like this video and want more of this type of videos, then press the like button and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.